Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bedomy and this is Warhammer Vermintide 2, a sequel to Warhammer Vermintide 1, or Warhammer End Times Vermintide, whichever way you would like to call it. It is a first-person shooter slasher action game which is quite reminiscent of Left 4 Dead. You choose amongst 5 heroes and fight off hordes of Skaven and Chaos cultists, instead of zombies in this case. But to be fair, there are quite a number of specialists in the said enemy army, so it is mostly Left 4 Dead just in Warhammer Fantasy setting. But there are some differences that set this game apart from Left 4 Dead, and I will show them to you momentarily. But first, let's take a look at the options menu itself. As you can see, we have a lot of things to adjust in this game, and I'm really thankful for it. It shows that Fat Shark actually had designed this game for the PC first and then ported it to the consoles later on. Not the other way around, where developers develop the game for the consoles first and the PC is just an afterthought. Or they outsource it to another studio that has no interest in PC ports and then they screw it up royally. Anyway, back on topic. As you can see, we can adjust quite a lot in this game. We can adjust the mouse sensitivity. We can adjust weapon switching. Do we want it on a loop, or do we want it on a strict left to right scheme? And we can also choose the input delay after we press the action button to see the desired action activated and concluded, to be more precise. Let's see, a social wheel. It's also similar to input buffering or input actions. And once you press the button, it will delay the activation of the social wheel and actions after you press the button. Visual effects are, as the name suggests, visual effects that just immerse you more into the game, such as head bobbing, camera shaking when you get hit. Blood and gore and dead bodies will clutter the floor as you're fighting through the enemy hordes. And you can also have player outline to you if they're hidden behind something such as a building or a barrel or something. Enemies dismemberment is, as the name suggests, you can dismember your enemies with a well-placed attack. I wanted to say shot, but this is more melee focused than an ranged focused game, so yeah. You'll see quite a number of body parts flying around. Interface is basically adjustments of your heads-up display and UI scaling, and chat and textual chat. You can also turn the intro cinematic on or off. You cannot choose the intro cinematic. It's the last thing that the developers released. In this case, it's the trailer for the Grail Knight subclass, and it is cool on a first few viewings, but after a while it just gets old. So I would recommend that you turn that thing off. You could also adjust your crosshair if you want it to be more focused on ranged attacks or melee attacks or everything, or be focused on everything, or you can turn it off. You can adjust its opacity so you can see it clearly or partially. It's your own up to your personal choice. Now here's an interesting part I wanted to actually discuss in greater detail. The Twitch settings. This game has a unique feature that lets you interact with your audience when you're streaming the game. Your audience is periodically given a choice between two options. For example, do they want you to fight a group of weaker monsters, or do they want to see you fight a group of mini bosses or a boss? And depending on how frequent that choice is given, people will spam you with bosses, sub bosses or a bunch of mobs. Granted, you can also get some helpful items such as potions and explosives, but then again, people like to troll people online, so they will probably give you the most inappropriate item at the most inappropriate time. And yes, I know it's two negatives and that would make it a plus, but no. In this case, you would just be screwed. And honestly, I do enjoy this feature quite a lot. If I could stream games, I would stream this quite often, and probably rage a lot. But I know it would be fun for the viewers and for the players themselves. So I kind of hope that this feature is included into more games frequently. As for bots options, as you can see, this is a priority list of bots that I want in my party when I'm playing solo. The character highlighted in red is the character I do not wish in my party, and he will just stay on the sidelines, and unless I pick him to play as him, he will not be in the game at all. Depending on which character I choose, the rest of the party will be filled by three of these four. So if I, for example, choose Sienna, I would still get these three. And if I choose Saltspire, I would get supported by Kruber, Sienna, and Carillion. Actually, let's not. I think this is a good composition for Saltspire. Actually, 2 melee fighters and 2 ranged fighters. And this is a good composition. Video options are also a sight to behold. You can adjust your graphical quality, texture quality, particle effects, lighting quality, and post-processing to your personal desire. I'm not gonna fool around with these too much because, yeah, I kind of like the settings I already have, and I do recommend that you play this on full screen with the best resolution possible. In my case, 1080 is a must, and field of view, don't go below 90. In my experience, 90 or higher is would be the best field of view for you. Audio options are, as you can see, it shows that people were cutting corners here. I kind of wish there was a slider for sound effects and voice effect and vocal performance of the voice actors, because one, the music, the sound effects, and even the voice acting are all spot on. Every character sounds like a character you would imagine him to sound like. Ratman do have that panicked, squeaky, me kind of. Yeah, that's kind of a voice you heard in Total War already, but that's how Skaven would sound in real life, I bet. And Chaos Cultists also sound sickly, maniacal. Okay, that can voice act on the spot, but the characters do really sound spot on. Voice chat is by default turned on, but considering we live in a day and age where Discord and TeamSpeak are a thing, you can turn this off when you start the game. And finally, you can also choose your preferred speaker configuration and the sound quality that you will have as you're playing the game. So all in all, for audio options, it's kind of limited, but it's decent enough, so I'll give Fat Shark a pass on this one. I just hope that when Darktide, their newest game, comes out, that they resolve this audio issue. Next in line is key bindings, and I just love them I love Fat Shark for this. I already mentioned this in a couple of previous videos, but I really hate it when one key is assigned to multiple actions. And these guys know it. so they did the best thing possible. They created an option. They gave you an option to choose if you want multiple actions to a single button, or do you want every action be assigned to a different button entirely. Okay. Let's put it like this. I don't mind if one key is attached to multiple actions, but let those actions be similar so that they justify the usage of the said key. I really hate it when I have to play a game and it has a jump button as also the context, is also a character interaction button. It leads to some undesired situations when I'm playing, especially an action game. So for them to actually add this choice to a player is phenomenal. And unfortunately, I cannot say the same thing about the controller support. All actions are already bound to a specific button, and you cannot rebind them to on the controller. Mind you, the keyboard and mouse setting are great. You can play this game with a controller. So you can choose between Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and unfortunately, the actions are bound to specific buttons, and you cannot rebind them. You can adjust the look sensitivity and zoom sensitivity, and also turn aim assist on or off, but that's about it when it comes to controller options. And finally, when we have network matchmaking, it's okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big expert on network matchmaking because I tend to play a lot of games on my own. So multiplayer is, I'm just happy if I can find a couple of friends to play with, and I usually let them handle the network and matchmaking, basically. But from what I understand, suggest other heroes option basically lets you play the hero. Will search for a party that's looking for a specific hero. Yeah, as it says, attempts to join a game where your current hero is not available. So, way I understand it, if you're playing Kruber, for example, this character I'm pointing out with my mouse, if your search engine discovers there's a party that is looking for a Kruber a party that doesn't have a Kruber in the team, it will assign you to that party. You could also limit the upload speed, but what does it affect? Is it the latency or is it Twitch streaming? I have no idea. And you could also choose the range of your search engine for parties to medium and far away. And also you can choose if you want to see numerical latency of how much lag do you have or not. Tobii eye tracking doesn't have any options, and I'm guessing that's that has something to do with VR or something. But I honestly have no idea. I'm pretty sure I don't have eye tracking technology on my PC or my monitor, so I'm not using it. So without further ado, let's go to the character selection and go to the gameplay itself. So as you can see and probably hear, every character has, we have 5 characters, and every one of these characters has 3 subclasses. And the interesting thing about subclasses is they all have their own small theme song that lets when you choose them. It's nothing major, but it's a nice touch to nice little touch to the game that makes your character unique. Granted, the passive and active abilities and perks are also a thing that affect your character's uniqueness. You cannot change them, but the game lets you choose how do you wish to play a character. Do you want to be more melee oriented, or do you want to be more of a cross control specialist, or if you want to be more ranged oriented fighter? It's all up to it's all up to your personal preference. Sadly, most of these characters have similar passives and active abilities. As you can see with dwarves and with the dwarf and Kruber, the Slayer and Mercenary class have a rather similar attack speed bonus as a passive and a similar active ability in some cases. Just look at the Huntsman and the Ranger. They can both recharge ammunition, and they can both turn invisible at certain points. Honestly, I'm not against the idea, but I kind of wish that Fat Shark took a little more. That Fat Shark went a little more with creativity on this one. Granted, I'm not against the fact that most of these classes are, well, most of these fighters have similar roles. For example, Ranger is a more range-oriented soldier. Huntsman is also range-oriented soldier. Bounty Hunter is also a range-oriented soldier. So some similarities between their classes are bound to happen. But here's something I'm kind of against. As you can see, we have different characters from different backgrounds with different with different armor, species, and height. So you would expect that the heavily armored soldier would be slower than an elf or a mage or a witch hunter. But no, by default their walking speed is similar, their crouching is similar, and yeah, that's kind of I'm not gonna say annoying, but it is infuriating when there's let's say a hole in the wall and I cannot pass through it with a dwarf, even though he is crouching himself, and it's obvious that with his body he can pass through the area, but there's an invisible wall that's preventing him from doing so. I kind of wish that the developers that didn't do this. If you're gonna go with a game whose setting lets you create different characters of different body builds, utilize it more. Don't just restrain the players to the same pathway. Just think of the possibilities. A dwarf, for example, could probably I'll show you in the gameplay itself. Let's go in there. Welcome to the keep. Oh, as you can see, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. This shouldn't be big enough for a human to pass through. An elf might be nimble enough, or a dwarf could be small enough to pass through it. But what I want to know is how the hell does Kruber and other humanoid characters pass through this? It doesn't seem like a good fit for them, especially Kruber, who is in armor. But these are just minor nuances. What I was trying to say is if our dwarf got through this and we were in the middle of a level, this would add some intensity to the game. Let's say that this hole led here, and there was a door, there was a door blocking the rest of the party. So if we wanted to pass, the dwarf would have to go through the hole and open up the door that would lead us to a different part of the castle. Or if we didn't have a dwarf, we would have to find another way around. This could add a whole new level to the gameplay itself. Multiple pathways, multiple gameplay choices, not just run through a specific path and then finish the level. But that's a story for another day. As you can see, we are in our hub world where we can change our equipment, purchase some new cosmetics, and also partake in daily quests. As you can see, these are challenges that we have to resolve within a day or within a week in order to get the coins to purchase cosmetics for our characters. As you can see, I already saved up quite a bit for some cosmetics, but I'm not going to waste that money just yet. If we want to, I want to save it for other occasions. Anyway, if I want to change my equipment, I can get it from opening boxes, loot boxes to be more precise, and get better weapons and trinkets. Now this is a unique feature to the game, is weapons are unique to every character. And sorry about that, my dog kind of jumped through somewhere. Anyway, as you can see, depending on which character opens the box, they get unique weapons, and they also get universal charms for other characters. What I mean by that is this. My inventory will... in my inventory I have 5 slots. I have weapon slots and trinket slots. The weapon slots are unique to every character, and only the said character can use the weapons in question. But trinkets, such as necklaces, charms, and trinkets, are universal, and every character has access to them.
Waste of time. She'll show herself when she's good and ready, I'm sure.
Shut up! I'm trying to talk here. Anyways, I was saying, no matter which character you're playing with, you will have access to these necklaces and trinkets. And as an added bonus, if you switch the character, the trinkets your previous character had equipped will become available for the new character. So you don't have to worry about being underpowered or using subpar equipment for the new character. It will automatically become available to him. And just to warn you, if you're planning on opening the loot box spoils of war boxes, choose a character you want to get. If you want to get specific equipment, your best bet, you really have to choose a character you want. Choose a character and then open the box in order to get the weapons you want for the said character. There is a way to actually increase the quality of items you get from the boxes, and that's by playing missions and collecting special loot that upgrades the boxes. So let's dive into a quick recruit level. Yeah, first mission on the easiest difficulty should be rather quickly finished, and we can demonstrate what I mean by that momentarily.
And you're just the fellows to make it for me. Ring out them bells, as me mother used to say. The bells in question are in Elmgart's Temple of Sigmar. Give 'em a good clatter, and you'll draw every iron blade for miles around. Why, you ask? Our friendly neighborhood magic spy, Alicia, needs to gather vital intelligence on the Skittergate. Figure you could help her out.
As I said, the voice acting in this game is spot on, but I really hate the load times in this game. It takes a while, and for some reason, it will just fade to black instead of just let you read the rest of the text that's being read to you. And you cannot enjoy the artwork while you're waiting for the game to load up. But once the gameplay starts, you will forget about this issue. There are no loading times in level transmissions. Well, there are no level transitions. It's just one big level you have to play in. So, welcome to Vermintide, the city of Helmgart at the moment. And as you can see, the graphical quality of this game is quite a sight, honestly. Just look at the texture detail on and beard, and the strings of beard on our dwarf character. Quite lovely, isn't it? Even the small pores on his fingers, the dents in the shield detail, the lighting effects. I mean, just look at this. Huh? Dynamic lighting. It's beautiful. Anyway, as you can see, the animations are quite well done. They are cloth mechanics, the movement mechanics, and corpses are glossy for some reason. Okay, I'm glad this isn't an effect on actual playable characters.
Luna wants a distraction.
I'm glad to pitch in. I don't fancy this tromp across the wall, though. Might get a bit blowy.
Yes, so facial animations are a bit non-existent, but in general, movement animations and fight animations are really spot on. I mean, just look at this. I'm swinging. The sword really does make the actual proper. The sound effects of me attacking are really spot on, and they do add some weight to the attack animation. It really gives you the impression that you're using a weapon. Although to be fair, I kind of wish that when I hit someone with a sword that's not wearing armor, that they would get a bit more injured than just stagger away like they were hit with a stick. Anyway, this is easiest difficulty, so no friendly fire on this one. But on harder difficulties, you will have to be careful not to hit your friends, or you increase your chances of getting defeated. And as you can see, most of our characters have different weapons compared to what they had in character selection. This is the result of me already playing with most of these characters, and they all have, and I equipped different equipment on them. So this is a nice touch to your party management. It lets you adjust. It lets your party keep their weapons and items that they had equipped when you played with them. Oh. So yes, as you can see, this is real much Left 4 Dead with Warhammer Fantasy rules, or not rules, but setting. We fight basic enemies and we fight specialists.
Light Stormer, skewer that fat swine.
So as you saw, we were fighting off some common Nurglites. Yeah. I'm gonna call them Nurglites for now. They're by the robes they're carrying. I'm guessing they're followers of Nurgle. And this is actually an interesting thing. Nurgle has a lot of unique spells compared to Khorne's Berserkers or Slaaneshi cultists. And to be fair, these guys are the closest thing you have to a zombie without making them actual zombies. Anyway, as you can see, this is primarily a melee-focused Left 4 Dead-esque game, but you do have ranged weapons that you can use to deal with stronger opponents, or heavily armored opponents, depending on the opponent type. I will show you what I mean by that momentarily if we encounter any armored opponents. Just give me a sec. I think I hear a oh yes. Okay, that was one of the specialists. And as you saw, we can kill him rather quickly if we shoot the gas tank on his back. Oh god. Oh, no. Okay, I'm just gonna demonstrate what happens if you get stuck in this vortex or tornado. You usually get blown away a bit and you get to fly around and get thrown somewhere else. But since the spell wore off, it was just damaging me. Anyway, as the game progresses, we will find more items to pick up, such as health potions and speed or strength boosting potions, and also some useful
That's what you get for blight storming.
and also some useful items that will increase our chances of, and that will increase our loot boxes quality, such as the tomes that I just picked, such as the tome that I just picked up. It's a risk-reward system where you have to sacrifice your healing capabilities in order to get better equipment. Which is although I am kind of sad by the fact that this game doesn't offer you a little more. Oh bye. Nope. Okay, this is a boss, as you can plainly see. And there's also a Skaven's slave master in the area. Nope, Largo.
Already done, Salon. And with some style.
Okay, as you can see, once you finish off a boss, you will get a loot die, which will also improve the quality of your loot box that you just picked up. Granted, I kind of wish that the tome I just picked up gave us a spell or some, gave us a little more offensive ability in situations like these. If we're sacrificing healing capability, at least let me give you the chance to utilize the tome that I just used, that I found in order to fight off opponents. Don't just make it a useless collectible. It's not a useless collectible, but I kind of wish it gave us a little more in gameplay options. You have to. Every level has 3 tomes and 2 grimoires. You have to find. Well, you don't have to find them, but if you find them, you get better loot for it. And I kind of wish that these books, when we find them, would grant us some gameplay options, not just become a weighted, valuable collectible. You know, it would have been nice. But to be fair, with the gameplay as it is, I'm not gonna complain too much. We get a bunch of grenades to use on our opponents, such as incendiary and ordinary explosive devices. And we can also utilize our special abilities to clear out enemies or boost our allies' health or kill off more opponents. Now I kind of wish that we encountered some. Well, okay, this will work. Specialized opponents, as you can see, these are blight monks. A special breed of Skaven clan pestilence, whose very breath is poisonous, and goddammit. And this was a Skaven flamethrower. So yes, if you get hit by this, you might wanna. Oh, damn it! Where's the bloody sorcerer then? Okay. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna look for. Oh no! You don't. Okay, there's the bastard. Piss off! Stop summoning and stuff on me. So yes, as the game progresses, I kind of wish that you will discover new ways of fighting, such as blocking and then pushing your enemies away. If you time your block and attack correctly, you will actually push your enemies away and whoa. And if you're not careful, you will get pinned down by other specialist opponents.
Lifting platform looks functional.
And don't worry about about missing your opponents visually. You will hear them before they show up. I really like the audio cues on this game. Every enemy has every specialist enemy has a unique sound cue that lets you know that they're coming. Okay, there's a loot die, another one. And there are a couple of potions that we can use. So yeah, if you time your blocks correctly, you can actually parry an opponent's attack and leave them open for a new attack. And here's an interesting. Oh, there's a loot. There's a loot. Damn it. Okay, that's there was a loot. That was a looter rat, and once you kill him, you get some decent equipment. And so, if you can, you try to hunt him down and kill him quickly before he runs away. So yes, as the game goes, you run around, kill everything in sight, and get to the end of the level. Oh god, no, 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 no. Run away, run away. Yes, and there are some environmental hazards that you can utilize to your advantage, such as those explosive barrels I accidentally fully opened up. You can pick them up and then throw them at the opponents if you activate them, but be quick about it before they explode in your arms. Okay, I think I hear something. Oh no, it's just a normal. It's just a normal soldier. Anyway, as I was talking about, some enemies do have armor, so some weapons will have little to no effect on them. For example, swords and axes are more slashy type of weapon, and daggers are also slasher weapons, and they will do next to nothing if you're attacking an armored opponent. But if you have a spear or a mace or a hammer, you can actually crush their armor and do some damage to them. Or you could use a heavy attack and then try, and if your weapon can pierce an opponent, you can actually do some damage. And oh god, no. Okay, this is something you have to be careful of. So yes, as you can see, you have to be quick on your toes in order to survive this game. You cannot just waltz through it. You really have to consider your position, your weapon composition as a team, and also consider your unit composition in order to win the game. So yeah, I think that's about everything I can tell you about the game so far. If you're careful and know your positioning, and if you look around carefully, you will find items that will actually give you better equipment in the end of the story. And let's see, what else is there to say? Yeah.
Gas rat! Yeah, it's a gas rat!
Be careful of. Oh sh! Go away! Oh. Oops. Okay, that's the. that's on me. But yes, if you're careful and if you do some research on weapons you want to use, you will actually get a very devastating party that can kill off even the toughest of boss characters without too much trouble. And damn it. So second of all, damn it, Sienna. Sorry, pick this up. Thank you.
Yeah, you stay down, sneaker.
So yeah, as you can see,
looks like stairs to me.
Consider when and how you engage your enemies, and then do your best to get rid of them before they.
One bit of good craft in this umgak, and it's in our way.
Yeah, consider where you are, and then try to get rid of the enemies as quickly as possible. Avoid taking damage at all costs, and
That's nothing.
when possible, look for grimoires and tomes, the magical books that will give you better equipment. So once you level yourself up completely, you will.
Over there, kill it.
Yeah, she killed the hot rat.
So yes, as you progress through the level, you will encounter lots of monsters, lots of specialist units, and also a lot of grunts. And killing the said grunts is usually the easiest part of the job. They all go down in a hit or two, but armored opponents and are considered mini bosses, and bosses will take. You really have to work. You really have to do your best not to get killed. And you can also find some other collectible items, such as paintings, that can be posted somewhere in the castle as you progress through the game. Oh. Okay, that's a Blightstormer down. Let's finish this level off, or actually I think we can skip to the end of the level, because now it's just a home run. Now it's just a home run at this point. Or maybe there's another boss fight coming on, I think. Oh no, it's just that's just a regular flamethrower. Oh no, it's another one of these bombs. So yeah, if you know, one thing I would recommend that you memorize is, oh god, no, piss off. I would recommend that one thing I would recommend that you do in this game is, fuck. No, don't do that. I would recommend is you should learn about every character in your party and find out which abilities work best with your select or preferred character in this case.
Take more care, Azungi. You're no use to us dead.
So yes, as you can see, I was a bit careless on this one. I wanted to demonstrate a lot of gameplay features, and actually, while we're on topic, if you take a look at my health bar, you can see a white bar instead of a green one. This is my pain tolerance. It's a small depleting bar of health that will actually this is my pain tolerance basically. It gives me a moderate sum of health if I'm down, if I get downed, but if I lose that, I'll be down to 1 health or just fall over and die, depending on the difficulty and how many times I got downed by the enemy. So as you can see, I am on my last legs, but the end of the level is close, so we can probably finish off this mission quickly. And just a quick tip for new players: if you purchase the game, I would recommend that you play it before the end of November 16th, because you have, finally, an armored opponent. Armored opponent, as you already saw, well, you couldn't see him because he got killed, but my sword would have been next to useless, as well as the dwarf's axe. But a fire spell or an arrow or a bullet would probably pierce the armor. Second of all, what I was trying to say is, if possible, play this before November 16th, because at the moment you get triple the amount of experience, so you can actually level up your characters rather quickly. And so you can actually play, which will actually make your playthrough with friends a lot easier, you know? So as you can see, I'm at the end of the level, so let's just...
Medical supplies.
So yeah, I will I will try to organize a team, and oh, thank heavens, there's an armored opponent, and as you already saw, my swords were next to useless on him. So let's get in, let's get in. Let's get in before we get swarmed by rats or something.
Stay close.
Okay, if we... Yeah, this is the last part of the mission. We just have to survive long enough until the mission's over. And damn it, who stayed up there to fight them? Oh well, this is the end stretch, so let's finish this mission off. And give you a quick demonstration of how leveling up and loot boxes get upgraded when you finish a mission.
Oh, there's plenty on their way.
So as you can already see, I didn't show off too much of the levels, but I mean, just look at the architecture of these levels. The open areas and closed areas are beautiful to look at. They really remind you of they really look like a Warhammer area in Warhammer. You know, it's not depressing, but it has that Renaissance look that Empire is known for, and the woods that we visit in the game do look like magical woods that would host elf armies. So yes, I really like the visual design and presentation of the game itself.
Fighting warfire with steel and shot is no laughing matter.
And yes, I really love the characters in the game. Their banter is always fun to listen to, their voice acting is spot on, and I do find it weird that some of these races will work together. I mean, wood elves are known as hardcore isolationists, and they kill anyone that enters their woods. So I find it weird that a wood elf would work with a bunch of humans, and that a witch hunter would allow it. Yeah, witch hunters usually tolerate dwarves and elves, but they tend to kill anyone that doesn't believe in Sigmar, or they just kill it for shits and giggles, depends on which hunter is in question. So as you can see, this is a rather tough situation we're in. We have to survive long enough until the statue's pedestal is up there, gets up completely, and then it's just a quick run towards the teleporter. And I think that the mission is almost over, so let's try to look cool in this situation. Okay, let's see. Where is that fire rat? I'll take care of them. I am Rambo. Oh, no wait. Okay, I have no idea what that accent was. Anyway, as you can see, blood and gore and bodies in the game are really something. And as the game progresses,
plague monks, and they're coming for us.
And as the game progresses, you actually have to complete some challenges or achievements in this case, and as you complete Steam achievements, you actually get minor rewards for succeeding in those achievements. It's usually a loot box or two, or maybe coins for mission's over. So yes, once the mission's over, the achievements
We have a door and a chance to leave.
I found God right now. My Lord Sigmar.
Behind my shield, Dory. This shield will hold firm.
I love you at this point. Anyway, as I was saying, the game's design is really the map design is really beautiful. The character banter is always fun to listen to. And oh god, we should run away. Yeah, the mission's over. So yes, as we complete missions, we get achievements, and if we win the mission, we get rewarded for it. So I didn't get any achievements, unfortunately, but I did get a nice sum of experience for this. and I will get quite decent loot box for it. As you can see, every level you level up, you get a commendation chest, as well as some lackluster weapons for your character, but you can always use them on minor levels to experiment with the said weapons and see what works for you the best. And as you progress through the leveling system, you will get new subclasses as well as better equipment. So, yes! Wait, seriously? I didn't get level 13? Oh well. So as you can see, as I progress through the game and unlock better upgrades for my... Huh. Seriously? I thought I would get more. So yeah, as you can see, I upgraded my box to a better one. And scoreboard, while it is present, is just bragging rights, so don't worry about it too much. Let's just see what I got.
Dogs, eh? To go along with rat men and
Let's see if we have some daily challenges. No, we took care of them, but yes, as you can see, as you progress through the achievements, you get better boxes and better equipment with them. So let's open another box and finish off this video for today. Okay, give me something good. Nice, all greens. And none of this is better than the equipment I currently have. Oh well, at least I got some decent equipment and some decent experience. So yes, if you purchased this game recently, I would recommend that you play it as much as possible with friends and compete for the challenges and quests, so you can unlock better equipment as well as better skins for your characters. I will not recommend that you purchase the cosmetics because, well, they can be unlocked for free if you just play the game, but some cosmetics do require real money, and this is... Okay, I know, this sometimes happens. The screen goes black when you're exiting the store. But just to warn you, while you can get some coins to unlock skins, you will also be offered some items that can be only purchased for real money. So I would consider calling up a few friends and just doing daily quests and weekly quests, so you can get money for different cosmetics. They don't do much for the gameplay. They don't change your gameplay much, but they make you look nicer. Anyway, that's about it. I can tell you about the game. The hub world has a couple of areas you can visit to practice your... Well, it has a training ground which lets you experiment with weapons. It also has a forge that lets you destroy unwanted equipment and then... Actually, let me show you. It lets you destroy unwanted equipment and then upgrade or forge new weapons. Or just change the properties of some magical items. It's usually a gamble, so do not... I won't recommend that you gamble, but if you have a medallion that's not helping, that doesn't have useful attributes, but gives you a nice boost in power, I would recommend that you destroy a couple of weaker items and then try to change its properties. You can also change the appearance of some of your weapons, and you can also lower down the quality of some of your dusts in order to get more of the basic dust. So as you can see, levels of rarity are green, blue, orange, and red. So you can degrade the blue ones to the green ones, and red to orange, orange to blue, and that's about it. So anyway, as I was saying, weapons every weapon has a unique arc to it. As you can see, my sword is a swing weapon, so it will do damage in a swing and hit multiple targets. But armored opponents will take no damage. So I have to either aim for the head or find a weapon that can pierce armor, such as a musket or a spear. And while you do have access to Forge, and you can access Forge from your inventory, you can also find it in the level, and you can just explore you can simply explore the area and find other points of interest. They don't put you in they don't give you any gameplay bonuses. You cannot take equipment you cannot take extra equipment with you on missions, but you can run around and experiment in the keep itself. So that's about it for Vermintide. If you already purchased it or are considering to purchase it, I would recommend that you purchase it on sale when possible. And if you want to play more, I would recommend that you try to purchase the DLC maps when they are on sale, because from what I saw on Steam reviews, the maps are kinda decent, but there are some issues with them, so don't waste too much money on them. Anyway, that's about it for Vermintide. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to play with me, let me know in the comments, or if you just want to troll me, well, you can also leave a comment in the top, and also leave a comment. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Bedomy, and good night.